I'm living in a world in a kind of a twilight zone. I'm not sure, and I'm turning to you now because maybe you can help me. For those of you who have followed us and been a part of us throughout these many years, you know and I know that we exist on a different plane. This is true. Sounds kind of highfalutin and pompous, but it's true. We exist on a different plane altogether. We exist in a world that does not look to cable news as a source of anything. We have been called conspiracy theorists. You know all about this. You know what they say about us. They say that we are conspiracy theorists, that we are kind of crazy people who, for whatever reason, love to delve into the world, into the murky world of whatever the heck it is. And I am telling you that, and we have been screaming for the longest time, for the love of God, we are under globalist attack. And whenever I tried to say this, or we tried to say this, you and I did, we were always met with, oh God, there he goes again with this globalist stuff. Now, today, everybody is going nuts over the fact that Zoran Mamdani, whose name no one can pronounce, and people who, by the way, are trying to be very serious, they're trying to be very, very serious news people. People in the very serious news world call him Mamdani, and I mean, it's just incredible. If they can't learn to pronounce a name, how are they going to understand the intricacies of what's going on in the world? All you had to do was watch what was happening in Europe to see what would happen here. And yet today there's a picture. The local news, in particular, a lot of the the conservative types of platforms are saying, oh, look, there's a bunch of people on Park Avenue wearing, as we call them here, burqas. Americans call them burqas. They think this is a burqa. They don't know what a burqa is. They don't care about names. It doesn't matter. An abaya, a hijab, who cares? We call it a burqa. And they believe in this thing called Sharia law. They think that this is called Sharia law. And this has nothing to do with Sharia law. And I have asked them, have you looked to see what Sharia law means? You'll feel a lot better. Oh no, I have this idea. That's something about arranged marriages or cutting people's hands off. And do you want to research this? No, I don't research anything. I don't know. That's what I think it is, and I kind of like it, and I'm kind of sticking to that, and that's the way it is. And what are you gonna do about it? Tough luck. So this is where I live. This is my thing. So I'm going to take you through this. I'm going to take you through this incredibly fascinating journey, and I'm going to give you a view of this. And I'm going to say that there is this thing that friends of mine love. They love to do this. They love to say things like, oh, I'm so sorry. My condolences. You lost the election, or the wrong person was elected. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is the end for you. I've talked to my friend, my great friend, my good pal, Sean Atwood. You probably have seen me on with Sean. Sean's an incredible talent. And we've been saying and talking about this for the longest time because in the UK and Europe, we have seen so much of this. And yet, what Sean and others would tell you is like, this isn't everywhere. It's just some places. But you see, we love to overreact. And we love, more importantly, we also love to see people do things to make you feel worse by showing you pictures of, again, these veil-clad women, marching And they just love this. They love to just stir the pot and make you feel awful, like the end is nigh. We live in a city of 8.5 million people. 8.5. Brooklyn alone is the size of like Chicago or LA. It's enormous. Do you know how many veiled Sharia touting, burqa wearing women have to account for 8.5 million people? And if we lose our government to these people, then we deserve it. But they love this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Look at LA. I've talked to friends of mine in LA. I said, this is the most awful thing in the world. He goes, well, parts of it are. Parts of it are. Have you seen Kensington? Kensington, which is in Philadelphia. Oh my God, it's the night of the living dead. These zombie people on X and Trank and this, not X, xylozine or whatever it's called. They represent just a portion. They're in Philly. You've got to go find it. So people love it. It's over. I'm leaving. I'm going to pull my kids out. I'm quitting. I'm getting out of here. I wouldn't give that punk the dignity of saying, I'm leaving. I'm not going anywhere. Because you don't run this story. You don't run this show. It's your handlers. And we know what you're doing. We and my friends in the conspiratorium know exactly what you're doing. We've been waiting. What took you so long? You did the other cities first. So you got elected and you think this is going to be smooth sailing? You think what? What do you think you're going to do? Oh, don't get me wrong. Oh, he's going to appoint some lunatic judges. Oh, yeah, I know. But we've been through de Blasio. We've been through Eric Adams, who's mentally retarded. Okay? And we've been through others before. And we've been through... So, I mean, if you think this is the end of New York City, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. But yet, you can't tell people that because they love to just fear. They're the people who scream. I will never understand in movies, whenever there's any kind of a problem, whenever there's a disaster, whenever there's something, these people who go and they scream. Why are they screaming? Why are they screaming? Look at this. I'm laughing my ass off at Mamdani begging supporters for money. He doesn't know what he's doing. Now, here's the best part. Are you ready for this? Okay. Let me show you something. And this is the best thing I can show you. Now, let me show you this and let me bring this to your attention and you see what you think. Okay. You know what this is? What do you think this is? Let me. This is the roughly the final tally. Look at Zoran, 50.4%. That's a mandate. 50.4%. 50.4. Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Oh, I'm a crazy Muslim. 50.4. You're 73%, whatever it is, Democrat. 50.4. That's a mandate. Now, number 2. Look at Curtis Sliwa. 7.18% is hard to say. And I've got these people who live in this world. They go, well, Curtis would have done better had WABC not trashed him. Can you believe this bullshit? He barely got 8%. I think he got 8%. Good luck. The great owner of WABC, John Katzimatidis, must be saying, damn, this is Let me tell you something. You better advertise with us. Why? Because we can destroy campaigns. Come on. Curtis, and by the way, I love Curtis. I love Curtis. I've known Curtis for over 30 years. He's my pal. I've told him this. I love the guy. I love Curtis. Curtis is a great guy. But I'm telling him, I said, I wouldn't vote for me. It's nothing personal. Remember on the Godfather, Sonny, Mike goes, Sonny, it's not personal. Because McCluskey clocked you. No. This is business, Sonny. This is business. So let me go back and let me show you this. Now look at Andrew Cuomo. 41.6. 41.6. 41.6. And by the way, these are rough approximations. Okay, so this is 41.6. And if you throw in, the 7.1, you get like 48.7. 48.7. 48.7. Do you hear that? And if it had been Andrew Cuomo against Mamdani alone, the momentum would have been incredible. Incredible. He could have won. But Curtis kind of smuddied things up. Again, I'm not giving him a hard time. But Curtis basically cost the election. There's no doubt about it. Because it's not just taking the numbers, it's the dampening. It's the effect that his being in it had to dampen, to slow things down. But look at this again. Andrew Cuomo killed what? 15,000 elderly people in elderly centers and hospitals and old folks, convalescent hospitals, whatever you want to call it. Plus, he was responsible for the no bail, no jail. Plus, he was responsible for the stupid congestion pricing. Plus, he was Indian Point. He gutted. Plus, he was responsible for basically screwing up the parole board. This guy, plus thrown out for sexual predation and the like. This son of a bitch was the worst. And look what he got. Basically, he would have had almost 49 points if you throw Curtis plus a momentum. He won. This Andrew Cuomo didn't even run. He didn't even have a campaign office. He didn't do anything. And he got like almost 49%. He's a Democrat. And the Republican Party had to run a Democrat, not a Republican. And I love Curtis. I love him. Curtis is the best Democrat there is. Again, I love the guy. What are you talking about? Look at this. Now, here's something which is weird too. And I want you to understand this and pay attention. My great friend Joe, Elon, wasn't my friend, but I mean, I like Elon a lot, and I love Alex Jones. Alex and I have been buddies for, oh God, 20 years? I don't know. I can't even remember. But they're getting something a little bit wrong about this. This is the ballot. Now take a look at this, okay? This is weird, okay? Take a look at this ballot. You can't really see this because of this. On column A, sounds like a Chinese restaurant, you have Zoran Kwame Mamdani. And below that, you've got, I guess that's Chinese? I don't know. I can't tell. Chinese. Category B, Curtis Sliwa. Republican. Okay? So when you go and vote, you pick one row. If you pick two, your ballot is eliminated. So if you want to vote for Zoran Mamdani, you can circle that little A, that little circle, little ellipse, little oval in column A. If you want to vote for Curtis, okay. Column C, Irene Estrada. Nobody knows who Irene Estrada is. Eric Estrada, Irene Estrada. Nobody knows. There's a conservative party. I think Ray Harding, and when it locally was a big guy, but we don't know who. She got like 1%. I don't even know who Irene. There's always these people. But she ran under this party. Next was the working families. Wait a minute. There's Zoran Mamdani again. And other people said, Alex may have said this. I don't know, but somebody, might not have been Alex. He said, oh my God, his name appears twice. Yes. Yes. Look at the next one. Look at E. Curtis Lewa is back on the Protect Animals Party. So we had two different groups. He was the Republican nominee and the nominee of this thing called the Protect Animals Party. Then we got Eric Adams. Why the hell he's even on it? I think he dropped out after they printed it. He's there, which is one of the problems. He got some votes too. Now, there's F. Look at G. G is Joseph Hernandez, quality of life. If you think Irene Estrada is a nobody, I don't even know who Joe Hernandez is. I'm sure he's a fine man. Now we get to our good friend, Andrew Cuomo. Notice you have A, B, C, D, E, F, and then G. There's no H. There's just I. He's I. I guess independent. It's not I. And then you have, by the way, J is the Integrity Party, Jim Walden. Again, I don't know who he is. So they said, hey, Andrew's name isn't even on the front. That's true. If you look at this, look at the way Andrew is under Curtis. It's like they're like on the same team. Is he like the vice president? This is the way New York ballots have looked for as long as I can remember. So Andrew Cuomo, despite all of that, despite the positioning, he got almost 49% of the vote. He was great. And not only did Mamdani come after him, Curtis was on him like stink on. He was relentless. You killed the old people, the old people out of nursing homes, and you women, you're grabbing women, and he's like, Jesus, Curtis, take it easy. We're fighting Mamdani, maybe to you, but to me, you son of a bitch. Unbelievable. And he got almost 49%. If I would see Mamdani, I'm saying, dude, if you think, you ran against a guy who killed, so they say, 15,000 old people in nursing homes. He's a serial killer. And you got 50.4%. This is not good, my friend. I don't give a damn if you won or lost. It's unbelievable. Now, let me stop right there for 1 second, dear friends, before I forget, because I've got to do this. Now, I don't know what it takes for you to understand how serious I am about this. But first and foremost, MyPillow has been one of our sponsors since day one. I want you to go to mypillow.com/Lionel or promo code Lionel. You get a free gift and join the team of those of us, our luxuriating patriots who believe in our good friend Mike Lindell and believe in the product. mypillow.com/Lionel. Also, when the shit hits the fan, and you know it will, my friends, you better be able to handle food, because they just went berserk over snap cards that were digitally cut off, huh? Wait till it really gets bad. You go to preparewithlionel.com, and for a limited time, you can get your free 4-week emergency food kit. There it is, my friends. Preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. Remember, during disaster, what do you need? 4 things: food, water, energy, and ammo. I can't help you with the ammo, but I can help you with the rest. Now, do you see where we are with this? Is anybody telling you this? No. Because they're too busy saying, oh He's a communist. He's not a communist. He's not a communist. You know what it's called? Pardon my French. Excuse me for this. Full of shit. He's saying whatever it wants. And I think that I don't think we should have car inspections. I'm just saying, let's say, who cares? Parking meters? Why do we have parking meters? Get rid of parking. I can say whatever I want. And I think if we raise the taxes in the top 1%, I can get rid of things like dry cleaning. Dry cleaning. My God, you ever get something pressed? Well, what do you want? And free food. Oh yeah, food. We're gonna have all this. By the way, Lionel merch, Lionel Nation merch. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that great? Look at that. There's your leader, Uncle Lenny. It's amazing. It's just simply amazing. And nobody knows where he got this from. So here we go. Here's about 10 or 11 things which I want to bring to your attention. Maybe 13. Number one, the GOP's fatal weakness. Ladies and gentlemen, the Republican Party has forgotten how to fight. The Republican Party reacts instead of acts. It clutches pearls instead of counterpunching. It lacks any killer instinct, and that must change. Or we're going to come up with our own party. I don't know what you do. I think they just have meetings. I don't know. Maybe they go and just drink. Maybe they just go on shows and talk, and they like the name of it. Oh, I'm the Republicans. I'm the young Republicans. I'm the old Republicans. I'm the retarded Republicans. I'm the gay Republicans. We got the log cabin Republicans. All these Republicans. And we got the women's Republican and the men's Republican and the teen Republican. But they don't do anything. They just meet and they talk and they have parties. Hey, look at me. Let's do some selfies. Let's have a nice setting. We'll have somebody come and speak, and then we'll take selfies, and then we'll take pictures, and then we'll act cool because we're in the Republican club, and then we'll go to your club, and then Christmas time we got Christmas parties, and we hang around the people from the conservative cable news. Oh, I'm telling you. Hey, where are you going to go now? Well, I'm going to go to this party. Wow. Why? Because we're cool. We're the Republicans. You're not Republicans. You don't do anything. You don't believe in anything. You just want to party. You just want to, I guess, bask in some kind of glory or something. I don't know what you're about. I don't understand this. You're like a sorority or something, or a fraternity. You're just a bunch of people who just do this. I don't get it. And as I told you before, Cuomo actually won. Despite the headlines, there was no mandate from Mamdani. Cuomo came closer than anybody expected. The so-called progressive candidate, almost 49%, if you get rid of Curtis and his vote. The next thing about the Democrats or Republicans, there's no bench, no plan. The GOP has no bench of talent, no roster, no coherent message. It's a revolving door of self-promotion. It's not a machine built to win. It's just, we got our flags, got our lapel pins. I got my lapel pin. What is your lapel pin? Oh, my lapel pin's I got a CIA lapel pin. Ooh, can I get one of those? Yeah. I'll trade you an FBI for, no, it's okay. That's okay. I got my flag. I got my MAGA flag. I've got that. What do you believe in? I don't know, something. But I got a nice lapel pin. Look at my pin. See? Got a flag, and there's a Ukrainian. Next, the right's infighting. The left closes ranks. The right eats its own. Do you see what they're doing right now with Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes? And what are you doing? You've got people screaming. You got Ben Shapiro screaming. They want to shit can Tucker Carlson. Why? Well, because you interviewed Nick Fuentes. Piers Morgan interviews serial killers. Yeah, but he's anti-Semitic. At the public library, they got Mein Kampf. The Supreme Court said the Ku Klux Klan could march in Skokie. What is going on here? We're eating ourselves. Why? Because we're jealous. We're jealous. We're a bunch of jealous people. See what Marjorie Taylor Greene, Mrs. Ellen and I were saying, and well, she was maybe she's trying to, I guess, look for some kind of a gig on the View or something. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. What is going on here? Who's in charge? We eating our own. The next point, I think it's his number 5 I wrote. There's no fear of the left. How is it that millions in this city feel no fear of Mamdani or socialism at all? That's the right's failure to define the stakes. I've got people who are running around on social media holding up, they're so proud. They love this guy. See, I'm going to throw myself into this. We have no interest whatsoever in trying to explain who these people are and what they believe in. I talked to somebody last night who was very, very good, very, very smart on WABC show, and I hope you listen. He said, I'm glad that Gavin Newsom won the redistricting thing, whatever it is. Why? Because that's the way it is. And I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear the point of it. I want to hear what he has to say. And I want to find out about other people. Why are so many people in love with him? They're not afraid. What, are they stupid? Oh, I know. You'll call them stupid. And see, that's another thing that we do. We think that they're stupid. Oh, they're stupid and they're un-American and they're communists with their Sharia law. That's another one. Oh, when I hear this, they got the communism thing wrong. He's not a communist. He's barely a socialist. Democratic socialism is a term. Anybody worth their salt will say, this isn't socialism. Stop this. Stop saying that. They got people there, oh, hey, I'm voting for him. I love him. They're so happy. Why are they not afraid? Why? We're afraid. They say, oh, look at that. Look at those veils. Jesus Christ, they got veils. And they're not burqas. They're not afraid. I know people who are rational people. They're not the most open-minded. They go, okay. Don't you understand this? He's going to take over. Who's going to take over? He's going to take over. He's going to take over 8.5 million people? Yes. They don't see it that way, but you do. Because not you, but the Republicans, they love to be scared, but they don't do anything. They get scared about everything. They're scared about this and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. It's incredible. Next, fear sells, not confidence. Both media sides push fear because it sells airtime, headlines. The right needs to learn to weaponize confidence and control the narrative. All you're telling me is what to be fearful about. Okay, what do you have in mind? Well, these free bus fares can't work. Okay, what do you have in mind? Well, I don't really have anything in mind, but that's nonsense. Okay, it's nonsense. You can't run them. Okay, fine. Well, what are you going to do to lower the power? I've got no plan. But you can't do that. Well, what can you do? I don't know what we can do. I'm not sure what we can do. I don't know what we can do. Well, what's the problem? They just love this. They just love it. Don't you understand? They can't freeze rents. If you freeze rents, it's going to kill competition. They're not going to. Well, what do you have? I don't have any plans. These people, and they say those plans are stupid. What are our plans? Make America great again? You think that's... Now, that may be great for you because you're just so used to it. People say, what the hell does that mean? I don't know. Remember Trump's first thing? Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Oh, build a wall. Do we ever build a wall? I don't know. Is a wall built? I guess it's built. I don't know. Build a wall, drain the swamp, and lock her up. Well, we didn't drain the swamp. That was our slogan. And we said, that sounds good to us. What the hell does that mean? Drain the swamp? You know, and there's a swamp and the gators. Build a wall. Make America great again. Say what you want about Mamdani. He says, I'm going to build a store for you for free food, whether it works or not. I'm going to give you a free bus fare, whether it works or not. I'm going to freeze rent. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you childcare. He has something concrete. He can't do it. We don't learn from them. We don't learn. Next, where is our spirit? We are the nation of Patton and Eisenhower and U.S. Grant and Sherman, Robert E. Lee, Marshall. Yet we've become timid whiners. The courage that once built America must return. We kicked Hitler's ass. We kicked his ass. And today we're just scaredy cats inside our home. Oh, I'm going to move. Oh, this is so scary. We love this. We love to be in fear of everything. We thrive on it. It is the most incredible thing. I think it's like sexual. It's like some people like spooky movies. We love this stuff. Why are we doing this? We're supposed to be these tough New Yorkers. And by the way, meanwhile, a lot of people of New York, 70%, are saying this is terrific. What do they know that we don't know? Do they want to go Sharia? Do you think that's what they want? Maybe they do. Do they want to go communist? Do you think that there are people on Wall Street, there are people who like what he's doing? So the question is, where is this? Is he communist? No, he's a sock puppet. The same way these other people are. This Brandon, this schmuck in Chicago. Don't you understand how this thing works? I'm just so I'm so every time it's an election, we go through this. We're shocked. It's like we thrive on this fear, and it makes me sick. It's so absolutely, it's just horrible. The next one, recruit or die. What exactly do we stand for? How do we recruit the next generation? Without clarity and inspiration, we're talking to ourselves. How do I go out and how do I say listen, I don't want you to vote for this guy. Why? He's young. He's young. He's full of shit. And he's smiling. And he's but I like him. Yeah, because you should, because you're stupid too. Oh, I'm stupid? Yeah, you're stupid if you vote for him. Don't be stupid. That's what we say. What does the matter with us? Who's going out there to talk to people? Nobody. You've got a couple of cable channels. You guys, and if you don't like it, you're un-American. You're a commie, and you want a Sharia law. And it's not Sharia law. For the love of God, you have in your pocket your ability to go to ChatGPT or anything. Look up Sharia, and not just somebody's version of this. Look up what it is. Look and see what it is. It's not what you think it is. But people keep saying it. They keep saying they can't even pronounce Mamdani correctly. And they're calling it burqas. We sound so stupid. People are saying burqas. Huh? Well, that's what you call it, right? Because we don't know, because we're better than them. We don't need to know how to pronounce words. We don't know about facts. We don't know about anything multicultural. We're a bunch of boneheaded, dunderheaded people living in the age of Ronald Reagan. But let me tell you something, the left, when they get out there, they march. Let me tell you something, they march. They, the left will march, and they have no kings. And remember that thing about, this is terrible, please, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but do you remember the pussy hat marches? Remember that? I don't even know what the hell that was, but they were there all over the place. It was stupid, but they did it. Remember that? Remember? I think Glenn Beck tried it once. He did it, and then Jon Stewart did a counter revolution, and then there was Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was terrific, but they killed Charlie Kirk. They took care of Charlie Kirk. Oh, they taught Charlie Kirk a lesson. Yeah, we don't like that, Charlie. I don't think you know who you think you are. Do you see what I'm saying? And nobody wants to listen to me because I'm being tough. And this is the most important thing in the world. Next, strategy, not sermons. Stop assuming voters should know better. Politics is math, media, persuasion, not moral lectures. Win hearts, then votes. What is it? We have to understand that our leader, the guy that we love so much, is one of the most polarizing people who has ever walked this planet. And you know what most Republicans say? I don't know. I don't care. That's Republicans. They don't care. They don't care about anything. They're right. Screw the rest of the world. I don't need to convince you of anything. I'm right. Trump is the greatest. Joe Biden's this. Kamala Harris is stupid. Gavin Newsom is an idiot. And they're stupid. Okay. That's the way you do it? That's it? Morons. And you should have heard the people here locally. Why were you all so mean? Why were you so mean to Curtis? Mean to Curtis? By the way, Pilgrim says, hello, Uncle L. Hello, Pilgrim. How are you, my friend? You were so mean to Curtis. Curtis has a hard-on, pardon my French, against Andrew Cuomo. I mean, he was out there talking more about Andrew Cuomo than he ever did Mamdani. Something wrong with that. And let me tell you something. When the dust settles, when all is said and done, my dear friend Curtis, they're going to go after him like you can't believe. He lost his luster. And he had these idiots who said, as if we all get together and stand behind Curtis, somehow Curtis will, what? 15%, 13% are Democrat. What did you look at the numbers? 8%? Maybe? What do you? Now you understand well, it would have been better if you hadn't have WABC. You think the left is listening to WABC? I mean, maybe they are, but I mean, these are morons. They think it's like, who's my favorite Beatle? Oh, I love Paul. What are you talking about? Do you know how anything is done? Do you know how many millions of people voted for Kamala Harris? And what did we do? We just made fun of her. And remember, when Trump is not on the ballot, things change drastically. The next point is the Trump effect. Trump is a one-man phenomenon, okay? His energy, his gravity, his movement can't be copied. The GOP must learn from him. Don't try to imitate him. Don't think you're never going to see this again. Who is it that's that? And there's also something which is important. There are people, for example, in New Jersey, we had for governor 2 people. Mikey Sherrill, who was this Naval Academy helicopter pilot. She was connected and somehow to what they said was some kind of a fraud, though they never really connected her to any kind of fraud per se. DB says, I think we are all being played by 770 for ratings. That's the most, well, I guess. I don't know what that means, but do you think that 770 WABC had anything to do with these numbers? I think they'd like to think so. I think it's a little bit bigger than them, though they're the best radio station. There's no doubt about that. But, so we got this Mikey Sherrill. They thought it was Mickey. Mrs. Elder and I were driving around and we see a Montclair. I was like, who the hell is this? Mikey. Who's Mickey? Mikey? Who is she? We didn't know who she was. Didn't he show a picture? And she was supposedly, they had made some type of they alluded to the fact that she might have been involved somehow in something that occurred at the Naval Academy. Some kind of fraud where she didn't march with her graduating group. She says, because I'm not going to rat anybody out. I don't know. It never went anywhere. And then she had 2 of her kids. She got into the Naval Academy, which I think is really, that's the one that would get me. Oh, but it was done, wasn't with her influence. They just happened to get in. Okay, fine. But Jack Chattarelli. CIA. Ttarelli. One or two T. Anyway, Chattarelli. They call him Chittarelli. He calls himself Chittarelli. It's CIA. Chittarelli would be Citre. That's Chi, Kakokuchiche. Jerry Capici is Capici. You know, Rizzo is Rizzo. I mean, nobody ever says it the right way, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, this New Jersey said, no, we want her. It was a good mark, like what 13%, 40%? And they're saying, well, what did Chattarelli do? Nothing. He didn't do it. He wrote a great, and by the way, Scott Pressler was phenomenal. Love Scott Pressler. Love that man. Scott Pressler is an ace. An ace. Not everybody sees it your way. If you're in Portland, Oregon, or in Berkeley, this woman, they said, don't you understand? She didn't allow parents the chance to opt out for LGBT training. Well, a lot of people say, okay. Some people didn't like the fact that a public library would interfere or would allow books about gender, and people said, well, no big deal. You don't see it your way. Get it through your head. Not everybody sees it our way. This was democracy. There was no, I don't think there was some talk about some funny business in Montclair, and remember there were pre-filled ballots. I don't know if anything ever went with that, because remember, you can't say anything about, you don't want to be an election denier, but every now and then there's a group of people who say, this is what we want. They did it theoretically with the Biden. So you do the best you can. And I don't know how you're going to change something, but this is democracy. We don't have, not everybody's a Republican. And why should they be? Because most Republicans can't articulate what it is that they want to say, because they're too busy at their little clubs and their little meetings, and they're taking selfies, and they're feeling high and mighty and superior to everybody. They don't have to do anything. We don't have to knock on doors. Democrats do that. Republicans, no, we don't lower ourselves to that. And this Curtis Sliwa myth is just incredible. And you will see the media drive you crazy with veil-cladded protesters. Oh my God, this one quit. The fire chief quit. People are pulling their kids out of school. People are moving. The U-Hauls are all moving to Texas. Here we go again. We went through this and then they come back. But they're leaving and they're running. And Mamdani is laughing his ass off. The best thing to say is, we're not going to go because you're not going to be around long enough. New Yorkers would be so tough. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. My ass. What a bunch of, pardon my French, a bunch of pussies. I'm going to leave because of this 34-year-old punk who doesn't even have money for his transition team. And just wait till you see these. If you think Eric Adams' team was bad, wait till you get a load of this crew. They've got to be on them all. You would think that the real powerful people who run the Republican Party would say, oh, we're going to watch him like a hawk. He's going to have a day of peace ever. They're not saying that. They're moving. Oh, we're crying. What's the matter with you? I can't believe during World War II, we had victory gardens. They had civil air raid wardens. And oh my God, it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. Where is our guts? I don't know where this is. I don't know what happened to us. And you knew this was coming. All you had to do was pay attention to Europe. All you had to do was see what was going on. You knew this was. Remember Tommy Robinson? Because they don't watch what we do. We knew this. We knew about globalism since day one. They know nothing about this because they don't watch it. They watch cable news. They think cable news is it. Nobody's watching that shit. We're not watching it. I don't. Dear God. We're watching things at levels. We've been talking about everything from eugenics to, and I mean also something. Republicans got to stop eating their own. If you don't like Tucker Carlson, if you don't like Nick Fuentes, don't watch him. But don't attack him. Don't go after somebody who still could draw a lot of people to our side, because there's so much infighting. They eat their own. A black person can spout hatred towards whites, white culture, Europeans, make stuff up, critical race theory, and nobody will say anything. But we have to do everything in our power to what? And they're even threatening Tucker, because of this kid, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is playing you like a yo-yo or an accordion, or he says these terrible things because he gets so much. And the worst thing you can do is say, okay, that's it. What, you don't think we've heard this before? In 1977, Skokie, the Ku Klux Klan marched in Skokie. Jewish Holocaust survivors said, I came to this country for freedom. Sorry. Guess what? We survived. The First Amendment stood firm. And I'm going to say it again. Piers Morgan is interviewing serial killers. I don't know. And do you think Nick Fuentes? I swear to God, I think near person. And did you kill her? When you killed your first one, huh? Tell us about that. Oh, he's weird. He's a weird dude. That's okay. But Nick Fuentes? Some kid? Okay, fine. He says it. Okay. Well, you never heard this before? I don't understand it. We are so afraid, or as we say in Hell's Kitchen, we're so scared. Well, I'm not scared. I'm not running. And I love a challenge. Bring it on, Zero. Bring it on. We're ready for you. I'm ready. I want to attack you with the facts. My problem is not you, but the right. These people, these Republicans, they're all huddled together crying like little babies over this punk. They'll never march. I would have false flag, agent provocateur, where's my free bus? Every single day, they'd be marching in front of the MTA, marching in front of depots, marching in front of bus stops. Where's my free bus? Where's my free food? Where's my free rent and my rent freeze? Where's my child care? Where is it? You told me this. Come on, let's go. Let's go. And then have more people show up, and then 1,000, 2,000. And then we start marching. So the great big socialist, whatever leader, has to tell and then call his police to quell. I'm not saying get violent. Never, 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 never. But they plan on something. What do they do instead? No, they're just going to go on TV, on cable news shows, and just complain. That'll do it. Or maybe they'll tweet. Yeah, or X, or whatever you call it, the post. Listen, are you with me or not? Are you with me? Are we going to get tough? Am I talking to the wrong or the right people? Are you with me? Seriously, are you with me on this one? Who's with me? Who wants to fight back? Who wants to be a man? All of you men out there, I'm taking my testosterone. I can do pull-ups and other. Well, do me a favor, buddy. This is when the rubber hits the road. Grow a pair, get a backbone, butch up, and act like a man. Okay? You know, your grandfather and great-grandfather, they couldn't do pull-ups. I mean, maybe they did, but they're not like Pete Hegseth. Look at me. By the way, did you see Pete Hegseth's pull-ups? They were like, oh, the form. I'm not doing it. A real man is somebody who gets real determined, real steely. Think Carlo Gambino versus Arnold Schwarzenegger, somebody who says, don't let my looks fool you. My determination is something else. That's right, Carolina. You fight. You fight. Everybody thinks they're so tough. I'm in MMA. I'm in UFC. I can do a rear naked choke. Take your rear naked choke and choke a chicken with it, as far as I'm concerned. What are you doing? Stop it. Grow a pair. Be a man. Butch up. For God's sakes. What a bunch of little wussies we are. They're kicking our ass. I don't want to, I'm going to move. Oh, I saw Vail today. Oh, my, what? Okay, great. Now what? What do you want to do? I don't know. I can't. That's all it takes? Well, guess what? They're going to be getting actors and actresses to wear these things because they know what drives you crazy. So what do? Meet them. Have a counter march. We don't do that. They do it. We don't do that. Remember was it 1972 or 70? I don't know. Was the big hard hat rally downtown in FIDI, in the financial district of Wall Street? I mean, that was violent. But they did something. We never fight back. I don't understand something. Let's wear that. Let's bring out the pussy hat again. Remember that one, and say, you're the one. If you think we're going to do that, I mean, this is it. Every time we tell them something bothers us, they do more of it. Join them. What do I care? You're marching in the street, okay. And what? What? And if they start wanting to run for office, what are you going to do? Run against them? No. You're going to go on some cable news show and complain about it. You're not going to run against them. You don't do anything. Not you, but they don't do anything. They just say, oh, this is terrible. Oh, look at this. Omar Fateh. He's this Somali. He's born in D.C. He could be the mayor of New York. Yeah. Well, Jack Ciattarelli is some Italian feller. What's wrong with that? Well, that's different. He's Italian. This guy's from Somalia. He's from D.C. Yeah, but he's Ilhan Omar. What do you think this is? The Italians are okay, but not this one? Is that what you're saying? I know that's what you mean, but you can't say it. Listen to what we're telling people. Okay, we got this. How about that? Did you see that woman from the Boston mayor? She was reelected. She's a lunatic. They don't mind her. Remember Moonbat Beetlejuice? What was her name? The mayor before, who looked like she woke up like she was just like frazzled or something. They liked her. What do? We had two people. We had Curtis Lewa, who attacked the guy who could have beaten him. That's how smart we are. Curtis Lewa attacked Cuomo. Cuomo got almost 49%. Cuomo I think he's weird, creepy. He went up in my book like you can't believe. That guy, I want to shake his hand. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. And to show you how bad it is, the Republicans had to put up a Democrat. Dee Dee says, the overnight show was hysterical with those first few callers. Your shows on 77 are very entertaining all the time. Thank you, DB. Oh, listen every night. 77 WABC. You can get the app. You can just listen to WABCradio.com. So anyway, that's it. So thank you. Thank you. Stop your belly aching. Let's get down to work. Pilgrim, thank you, my friend. DB, thank you. You are excellent. I mean that sincerely. So we're going to beat this thing. We're going to fight back. We're not going to give up, because let me tell you something. It's all over the place. I'm Dearborn, Michigan calls to prayer at 3 a.m. You mean, excuse me, somebody's screaming on a microphone at 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't know how to stop that? You don't know how to stop that. No, seriously. Is that what you're saying? Then you know what? Give up. Give up. Give up. They're going to do that here. Get ready. Is anybody standing by with to file papers, temporary restraining orders, TROs, nuisance lawsuits, when they start doing calls to prayer here? No, they're not. Because they're going to go on cable news instead. We don't fight back. I don't know whose side I am. As much as I cannot stand the Dems, boy, they are organized. Or whoever pays for them, whatever Justice or Soros-esque group does it. All right, so listen. Remember, God bless America. We're going to fight. Don't give up. Don't play this game. Stop acting like this. My God, this is, and in New York, it's unseemly. It's just the saddest thing in the world. Make this guy say, what in the hell did I ever run for? Make his life miserable legally by basically counter protesting and the like. But that's not what we do. We just love to sit back and, did you see this? Oh no, this. It's, I mean, I can walk around. I can take you to parts of Flushing, Queens. You'll swear you're in Beijing. Well, that's okay. We can go to some parts in Brighton Beach, Little Odessa, Russian, Ukrainian. You'll see signs, and that's okay. They don't bother me. I can take you to parts of Greece, not Greece, Astoria. Incredible. That's okay. I'm tired of this. I'm not giving up. Okay? So, Mamdani, you just met your match, my friend. You just met your match. I'm not going to be doing push-ups or pull-ups, and that's not my difficult time. But I am going to be here counter-protesting by giving people thought and ideas, and I'm going to take everything that you're saying that doesn't make any sense, and I'm going to dissect it. I'm going to be your worst nightmare. That's what we should commit ourselves to. So anyway, my friends, remember, mypillow.com/Lionel. That's it, MyPillow. Also, preparewithlionel.com. You've got the little links in the description section. Follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. She's got terrific stuff. She's also a hit, too. We normally do Warrior Wednesdays, but this last night, as you can understand, or this morning, I should say, after the election. So we'll either do it tomorrow or probably on Friday to do kind of a wrap-up. Because what's going on with our kids will blow your mind. So anyway, that's Lynn's Warriors. I just dropped, by the way, there was a fascinating story, and you probably don't know about this. But on Lionel Legal, I have enjoyed a lot of people from the world of hip-hop and the like. And there is a fellow named, this is interesting, his name is Praz Michel from the Fugees. And this guy, they're going to break it off on him. They're claiming all kinds of, kind of like Logan violation, but he's like going to do like 20 years from working with a Malaysian influence peddler this is the most incredible story. That's at Lionel Legal. Okay, you got that right? Okay. So listen, do I have your word? You're going to stick with us? You're not going to give up, right? Don't let me hear you're giving up on me. Don't make me come after you, because nothing's going to stop us, okay? And thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing, and tell your friends about it. And tonight, overnight, 1 to 5 a.m., WABC, be there and do it. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. Until next time. Remember, this is your new best friend, Lionel, reminding you the monkey's dead and the show's over. Sue you. Ta-ta.